Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Skywalkers.
Sorry we are late. We ran over a little bit. We were just talking with Warren Prue,
Yes.
and he worked on Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, if I didn't already say that.
You said Ahsoka, but that's okay. That's
Yeah,
okay.
so we went over, that's our main discussion for this week's Skywalking episode.
So you'll hear
we
that.
went
this
over
week.
a little bit. He's got a lot of stories.
Lots of stories. Yay.
The fact that we were 2 minutes late, I apologize.
Oh.
But then again, we did say we moved it from 6:15.
Yes. So we're just late for 6:15.
Yeah.
But should we make this official?
Yes, we should.
Okay. Are you ready for?
We are things we want to share.
Things we want to share. Things we want to share. Things we want to share.
All right.
Wow.
It's been a day. We started the day. Let's share how we started the day. At 5 a.m. Two cats were screaming outside our bedroom window.
Yowling, fighting with each other. You leaped out of bed. I woke up halfway through the yowl and you were jumping out of bed. Oh my God. And then we couldn't get to sleep after that. So we've been up since 5 a.m. Hi guys.
Hey.
Hi everyone.
And it's getting a little punchy now.
So after this, guess what we're going to do? We're probably going to crash.
We're going to bed. But right now we want to say hey to Pierre Kelly and who else is there?
Let's see.
Glenn.
Hey Glenn.
Courtney Turkel is back.
Pierre. Courtney.
So how did you guys wake up this morning? Screaming dogs, screaming cats?
Wait a minute, Courtney, you too? You had yowling cats?
Or maybe she got up at 5 a.m.
Got up at 5, yeah. Could have been.
Yeah, but when you're startled awake.
Oh yeah.
You can't get back to sleep.
No, it wasn't happening. Yeah. Oh well, that's okay. Well, this episode is going to be pretty fun though.
Yes, it is. We got lots to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And last week we talked about our time at Star Wars Night at Disneyland.
Yes.
And this time we're going to go to the other side of the tracks.
Yes.
To talk about Universal Studios and their 60th anniversary of their Tram tour.
Yeah, that kicked off last week, and it was so nice. They gave us AP Pass members a special preview. And so Courtney and Kelly Turkel, you guys were there. And also Dave Scale.
Dave Scale was there.
Yeah. So we had a lot of fun. And we're going to talk a little about this.
And we have some pictures to go along with it.
Yeah.
If you look on our Instagram feed, we have some fun video. This is pretty much how the night started out.
Yes.
There's us and the Turkels and Doc Brown.
And Dave is kind of there.
Yeah, Dave is in the back wearing a Wampa hat.
Yes.
And we had to take a very quick selfie. And Dave thought that Doc Brown's white hair was his Wampa hat. So he thought that was him.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so once again, this is for the 60th anniversary of the Tram tour. And this was for the, you just mentioned this, but for the AP preview. And they just opened it up, today?
No, so they opened it up, I believe, the next day on Thursday for everyone else. We had the opportunity to go for 3 days, but that was the last day we could go. It was on that Wednesday. Yeah, it was super fun.
Derek Beebe, who's going to be on the show in just a little bit, he's asking if the younger generation still love Back to the Future.
I know we do.
We're not going to say who has not seen Back to the Future, but if you took out me and Sarah and Courtney and Doc Brown and Dave, there's one person remaining who has not seen Back to the Future.
We're shaking our heads.
Oops. Where we go? There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
All righty. So we saw him walking over. We were about to get on the tram.
Yeah.
And I saw Doc Brown walking over, and I knew that they had a Doc Brown down on the backlot Tram tour, but here he is right over here. And we're all talking to him. This guy was perfect. A+ performance for the Doc Brown performer. And we're talking, and I said something to the effect of Jim Ignatowski.
Yes.
Because Christopher Lloyd played Jim Ignatowski on the show Taxi, and played Doc Brown on Back to the Future. And he goes into this taxi bit. You know, I posted this link on our Facebook group this morning. I said, you got to watch this clip from Taxi so you'll know what we're talking about later on.
Yeah. And you know what? I will, let's see, copy link. I'll just post the link in the comments. So if you guys get a chance to watch it, it's really funny. But we're not allowed to like play video on a live stream. So that's why we can't play it here.
Yeah. So,
but give us the rundown.
In a nutshell, on the show Taxi, Jim Ignatowski plays, he's a very burnt out hippie. And he has to go take his driver's license, a test. And he's taking the test, first question, and he doesn't know it. He yells over to his friends. He whispers to his friends. It says, "What does a yellow light mean?" And Kenickie says, "That Kenickie, Jeff Conaway, who plays Kenickie in Grease."
Yeah.
But Jeff Conaway's in the show Taxi. He says, "Slow down." And Jim Ignatowski says, "What does a yellow light mean?" Slow down. What does it goes on for like 3 or 4. It's like an Abbott and Costello bit. One of the funniest things ever. This has made such an impact on me so much that I use it for my live magic shows because I have a stop sign with 3 balls, the red, yellow, and green. I asked the kids, "What does a green light mean?" It means go. Okay. What does a yellow light mean? The kids will all say, "Slow down." So I'll say, "What does a yellow light mean?" And I've totally stolen that bit. But now to have Doc Brown repeat that same bit to us.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
It was like the circle is now complete. Oh, yeah. That's why I love this performer. I hope they give him a raise, send him back to 1955 where he's happier, or back to 1910 where he's happier.
Yeah.
Back to the Future 3.
And I think we just caught him on his way out because
the
tour did not take us. We took the 8 p.m. tour, and they did not take us to the Back to the Future Square where Doc Brown and the picture car are supposed to be.
Yeah, they were shooting something down there, so we couldn't go down there. And I really wanted to see, and I don't know why they haven't done this before, where they had the DeLorean at the Times Square building. It's right there. It's right there. Why wouldn't they have done that in the past? Well, they've always had that car at like a museum or somewhere else in the park, but they made more than one for 3 films.
Yeah.
So I have one of those picture cars down there.
Yeah. Courtney says, I think they were filming. I think so too, Courtney, because I think
they
saw
it.
Light. Oh, they did say it?
That
okay.
They're filming, so we can't go by that Times Square. And I just, Courtney had turned me on to some of these videos on YouTube. You look on YouTube and you look up Universal Tram Tour Retro or 80s or 90s. There's a ton of them up there. And I've been so wanting to see some of these videos. And someone had mentioned that whole Times Square, the whole New York part of the Universal backlot, all burned down in 2008. The only thing left standing was that Back to the Future that clock tower.
Okay, got it. Well, you know what? Should we invite Courtney on right now?
Sure.
She's going to talk about this with us. Okay, so Courtney, I'm going to put the link in the comments. Now, anyone else? I know Derek, we'll invite you on later, so come on later. But Courtney, come on right now.
So we'll go through the Universal Tram Tour, and then Courtney's got her own story.
Yes.
All right, so let's go through some of these pictures here.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, so let me put on these pictures.
We'll do one of those old-fashioned slideshows. We talk endlessly about everything.
Yeah, now one of the cool things about this 60th Tram Tour is that we actually got to get off halfway through and take some pictures in the Bates Motel area and beyond. So the first picture we got, well, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see this Bates Motel, or not the Bates Motel, but this is the car.
There's the car that Norman Bates put Janet Leigh in the trunk. And the back, you can see the Bates house.
Yes. Oh, and here is Courtney. Welcome, Courtney.
Hi, guys.
Hey. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, and from watching those videos that Courtney turned me on to, I didn't know that this was not the actual location for Psycho.
Me too.
This is for, they had made this for Psycho 2 in 1983. And that house, the Norman Bates house, was the house seen in the Chevy Chase film Modern Problems from 1981. If you've never heard of this film, don't worry, no one's ever heard of this film. One of Chevy Chase's known films, but I loved this growing up. And I never made the connection that the house in that film is the Psycho house. Never made that connection.
Wow.
Because you only think of it as a Psycho House. That's
exactly.
yeah.
And the Psycho House was in black and white, whereas Modern Problems was in color. So you just didn't put it together.
No, you didn't put it together.
And the mother wasn't hanging out in the
Yeah, I think the mother is a recent addition because she wasn't always in there. I don't think.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, now Courtney. Oops. Hold on.
There you are.
Now, Courtney, you were mentioning that they took you to Hill Valley on Saturday when you returned. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
So they did take us to the thing is also Earthquake was not working on Saturday. My friend who works there, he said it was temperamental. So we actually got lucky that we went through it on Wednesday night. They said it was like basically every other one that was going through the Earthquake set. But I think they were filming because Saturday they did take us to Hill Valley. They, do their normal, like this was the clock tower that they used in Back to the Future. And then Doc Brown was in like in front of the park, like the grassy area, and they had the DeLorean parked there as well. And he was just he's mic'd and he was talking to the tram. It was like, we got to get you up to 88 miles per hour and you got to go, and the tram's like, well, we can only go 5 miles per hour. So yeah,
that's cute.
That's kind of really funny. So it's good. We did not get to go to the picture cars or the dinosaurs again because I think that is where the accident happened. Is where
right by the picture cars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so I think it's a sharp pin turn because when we went, we did all these like crazy twists and turns to go all these other places and did things out of order that they usually do. Like we went to Jaws before we went to the flash flood and stuff like that. And I think it's because that's where the accident happened. So they're not doing the picture cars or the dinosaurs right now.
Oh, sad.
Oh, the dinosaurs are funny because they spit water at you.
Well, and they're supposed to plus that up, I think.
There's more dinosaurs in there. Like there's dinosaurs in the actual cages. Like before it was just like the cars and like, I know at nighttime you can see it better where they have like, they have projections on the mobile lab where like you can see the dinosaurs in there. They used to do that for the summer night tours when they are actually working at night. We saw it on the Psycho House where like Norman Bates was like walking by the door. It was like that kind of projection, but on the mobile lab. So this time, but now they're supposed to actually have dinosaurs in the cages.
Right.
And trying to get out. And like a T-Rex is in there from before. So I don't know where they got it, but yeah.
This tram accident happened like almost 2 weeks ago, but I have not seen any videos popping up.
They're really hush-hush about it.
Up their phones.
Yeah, no, nobody. The only thing I saw about it, because it happened when I was at Disneyland on Saturday. So it happened that Saturday, and then when we went on Wednesday. So it was very fresh. And I think they just took that tram off the lot. Like, because they're individually contained. So they don't have to close the whole thing. But, and you can avoid certain things on the tram route because it's supposed to be different every time anyways, because they may be filming and you can't go there, Right. And like I said,
we haven't just seen a flood of people's
I don't know.
videos.
Especially some people did get hurt. So I don't know why they haven't shown it.
Wow. Okay.
But
Derek is saying in the Sky chat, I believe the Bates house built in Orlando was used for Psycho 3. I didn't know there was a Bates hotel house.
Me
maybe
either.
Maybe they brought it out for Halloween Horror Nights one time. I don't know. When we went there the last time, there was nothing Psycho related. So maybe it's not there anymore, though. I don't know.
Oh, it's not there anymore.
As Derek says.
Okay. I thought so. I was like, there's nothing, like, they don't even have, they have like one thing dedicated to Jaws over there in Orlando, and that's about it. So.
Okay. Now, Derek is also saying he missed the Earthquake ride in Orlando, replaced by the Fast and Furious ride. Yes, we feel your pain, Derek. They did the same thing over here. Whoa.
Well,
they replaced the animal stage with the Fast and Furious. They replaced that fun spinning.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes, because we have both of them. We have both of them over
the
here.
Glacier Tunnel.
Yeah, you're right.
It used to be the Glacier Tunnel, but when I went on it in 2000, in 2001, it was the Mummy Tunnel.
Oh.
I never saw
I
the Mummy.
remember specifically going on it when it was the Mummy Tunnel.
Oh, I wish they would keep it the Mummy or Glacier Tunnel.
I
We're done with those Fast and Furious, but it's always fun. It's like when you go to Disneyland, you go to the Jungle Cruise. It's always fun to hear the skipper saying the backside of water. It's always fun to hear Vin Diesel say, "Driver, move that vehicle."
There is a rumor that they are gonna take Fast and the Furious away, so on the back lot. I'm not sure if it's real or not, but I hope so.
Well, roller coaster, so I'm sure they want as much representation of Fast and Furious, one of their most profitable franchises. All right, let's go to another picture.
Okay, all right, here we go. We got off. Also in the Bates Motel area, right behind the Bates Motel, there was all these awesome photo ops where you could take pictures with a giant King Kong hand, such as this picture right here. Thought that was very cute.
Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, I wish King Kong was looking at the camera. King Kong is being distracted.
Yeah, it's not very well.
No, I think it depends on like where the angle is of the picture they're taking it to. I think that the cast member's probably standing in the wrong place too.
Yeah, that's a good.
But
that's
the
a
picture
good point.
with King Kong, I feel very much like Jessica Lange.
All right. Well, also in that area, the Jaws shark. This was so much fun. What did you think of this one, Courtney?
Oh, I thought it was really fun, but like we had the like Jaws theme like in the background, and so I was like kind of apprehensive because like I've actually never seen Jaws, so because it's in that like horror genre where I don't watch those kind of movies, so
yeah, it's timeless. It still works.
It does because you don't see the shark all that much.
And fun fact is like our uncle's brother played the cello on the theme song.
Your uncle's brother?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So, our uncle by marriage, his brother played the cello on Jaws theme song.
Wow.
That is so cool.
That's all you need in life. Yeah, that was me. That was me.
He lived off of that for a while. He's since passed on, but yeah, he lived off of the residuals of Jaws.
Yeah.
For a while.
Right. Our good buddy Aaron Westendorp is here with us, and he's asking if the accident is the reason why the courthouse square was closed. No, they were shooting something. They were filming. So
yeah, they were shooting something.
Yeah.
But it is the reason why the dinosaurs and the picture cards are closed, I think.
Right.
Not for sure, but we think.
What does Orlando have for their Universal Tram tour that we don't?
They don't
Derek.
have one.
Sounds like he knows a lot about this.
Yeah, I want to know all about that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know that they don't have one anymore, but maybe they did back in the day. I don't know.
Okay. Well, also I want to mention, because while we were waiting in line for these Jaws pictures and the King Kong picture, there were these interesting QR code signs. And so I happened to do one of them, and you put your camera on it, you click the QR code, and it brought me to my Instagram stories, where all of a sudden a shark started circling, like it cut me out, and I was put in water and a shark started circling around me. And it was like I was, what's his name on the tram tour?
You were George.
I'm George. I was George. You can see the tram in the background.
So now, is this considered augmented reality, what they did for Last Jedi?
Absolutely. So I am going to, because let me see if I can play it for you guys. Here, let's go back to this one.
This is pretty creepy.
So I have, thank you, Courtney. I have saved it now to my highlights.
Okay. I looked at it and I was like, oh, if you archived it'll do it.
Yeah. So it's on Skywalking Pod right now, and it's on the highlights. So like Universal is the first highlight. And let's see if I can turn this up. So first of all,
we were all freaking out. It just popped up out of nowhere.
It popped up, so you can hear our reactions. We're all like, "What's going on? What's happening? Oh my God, there's a shark!"
Live reactions.
And then Richard, there's even the King Kong one was cool. So, and as far as I know, there's only those two, right?
Yeah, there's only those two.
Okay.
And then when you're waiting in line, there is another one that you can scan, but it's a trivia one. It's a backlot tour trivia. But it's when you're standing in line for the actual ride. It's not on the back lot.
Oh, I see. That's not as fun. So let's watch Richard because he didn't know what I was doing when I was sticking a camera right in his face. So hold on. Here's Richard.
Nope. He got snatched up.
No fair, Kong. No fair. I was not ready to be picked up by a giant gorilla.
But if you want that to do that too, I did save the QR codes and they're right after that story on the Universal highlights.
Yeah.
So you guys can do it too. So definitely go to our story highlights on Instagram.
So
and then on Saturday we went back and we did the Fast and the Furious.
I was gonna say there was 3 photo ops. There was Jaws, King Kong, and in the corner was Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. And it was the Dom's Charger from Fast 10, and then it was the silver car, I think that Brian drove, Paul Walker's character, from Too Fast and Too Furious, but I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't get, I wasn't, like, I could just read it, and that it said from Fast 10 and Too Fast and Too Furious, so.
Okay.
Oh, too bad for people out in Orlando. Derek is saying the mini tram tour called the production tour that even went through a prop graveyard called the Boneyard on its travel to the park, although this ended all the way back in 1995.
Oh, no. So well, I guess they don't have a working studio. So it's like,
no, they don't.
What do we do? Okay.
It's kind of like it's built to look like you've stepped into the sets. So they don't really have a working backlot.
Oh, okay. That's too bad. All right, let's go through some more of those.
Okay. So one of the cool things about this tram tour is right now the whole park is celebrating. So you walk up to Universal Studios, you get this awesome shot of the tram. You can take fun pictures in front of it.
Now, this is the must do every single time we're at Universal. We must do the tram. Never gets old.
Yeah. It's true. It's so cute. And then, like, you guys on the way out, we even saw another photo op that we missed right on that main street of Universal. This really cute 60th Studio Tour anniversary sign.
Yeah, I'd fallen asleep by this point. Wake up.
And then also when you get off the tram, there's a little cute glamour tram.
This was so cute. I love this.
Yeah, this was fun. So that's a really fun photo op right there. And we saw it right when our tram, ended, and we were like ran off and we're the first people to get a picture with that.
We got like 55 pictures and people in line were like, would you wrap it up? It's like, no.
Yeah.
We're going to do things we want to share. We want to get the right pictures.
And speaking of, there was a live glamour tram you could take a picture with in that Bates Motel area as well. So yes, Justin, you've got to return to Universal, especially right now.
Yeah, Justin, get an annual pass. We'll all get up there.
Yeah.
Up until August 11th is when they're doing it. So
yeah. Ooh, and then wait. Oh, that's us. Okay. But then also a Bates Motel, you can get right up close to Norman Bates. And Richard, you have a really cute reel on our Skywalking Pod Instagram.
Yeah, because you can react with some of these people and ask them questions and make little videos. And no one else was like, wait a minute, he's carrying a dead body. Doesn't anyone have anything to say about this?
Yeah, he had all these props. It was so cool. He'd come out of one door. He had sheets. Like he was changing the sheets because the other ones were bloody, right?
Yeah.
And then he came out with dead body.
With a dead body.
All wrapped
I would ask him, hey, Norman, what's that? Who you got there?
Yeah.
She's not going to give you a good Yelp review.
And then finally he comes out with a knife.
And I told him, I'll give you a 5-star review. Leave me alone. And And then Sarah tried to walk into the main office.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't know you couldn't walk on the Bates Motel, like
the porch area.
Porch. I was doing I was just, taking video. I walked onto the porch. All of a sudden I heard, step off, ma'am, step off, ma'am, step off. I'm like, what? What's happening?
I'm like, yeah, you go, Sarah. You go, Sarah. Yeah, she didn't know.
I didn't know. It was not true. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa.
Well, and the fun thing about the tram too is in certain spots where they used to have something, they would give you the history of it. So like in the Hollywood Ocean, they would tell us like, this is where we used to part the Red Sea, where they had the mechanism where they would like separate the water. And then they also had the place where they had submarine torpedoes and stuff like that.
And they'd show you video of the
they would show you video on the tram, yeah. And like those videos that Richard was talking about earlier, they're on YouTube. You can actually go and see like the videos from 1989 and 1988 and 84 where they actually have those things going on the tram tour.
You know, Courtney, you should curate a little playlist of those videos.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I want to watch those, but I don't want to search for them. So if you've already done the work.
Yeah, I mean, I just went down a rabbit hole before we went, and I was watching a bunch of them. So yeah, I can do that.
Well, once you see one, it's like, okay, where's the next one? Next one.
Yeah.
And people, I'm surprised that some people had just recorded a lot of video back in the 80s and 90s.
I was too. And like also on the New York sets, like what we didn't get to see is King Kong was on the New York set. So it was down there in New York Street.
Yeah.
Where he burned down. They called it Banana Breath.
Did you ever see the big King Kong puppet?
I think I did. I think I got to see it once because we went in the summer of 2001 because I was doing summer school and my aunt was like, we'll do something fun every weekend. And one of the weekends is we went to Universal Studios for the first time because me and Kelly, we didn't go to Universal Studios when we were younger. Even though we live like 15 minutes away, that's where all the monsters were. So we didn't go there. So, so for our first time ever, like we got to see Backdraft. We went on the studio tram tour and it didn't burn down until 2008. And it wasn't until after that is when they put in King Kong 3D. So, 360. So yeah, I must have seen King Kong.
Yeah. I went to Universal for the first time in 1989. I came out here with a friend of mine to see the monkeys, and we did Universal since the monkeys were playing at the Universal Amphitheater.
Yeah.
And I know, and that's back when I had a video camera just bolted to my shoulder at all times. So I know I've got video somewhere of Universal, and I gotta dig it out.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of when the first time I went to Universal is. I'm not sure. I think Halloween Horror Nights was the first time I went to Universal.
With me?
No, maybe. Well, no, I did that before you.
Okay.
I did all the horror stuff like before. I liked all those night things.
I just remember on my first trip, the Wolfman chased me, and I was scarred. We were about to leave the park, and all of a sudden, Wolfman came out of nowhere and just started chasing after me. And I was scared to death.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, I have issues with people with like chainsaws and Wolfmans coming out and chasing me for no reason. This is why I don't do Halloween scary stuff.
Well, nobody likes anyone shoving a diesel fueled chainsaw in your face.
No.
That's why I don't go to horror nights.
Yeah.
Yes, Earthquake is still around. They just revamped it brand new.
Yeah, refurbished it, Justin. So now's the time to go see that. And Aaron is saying he saw the Psycho House in Florida in 94.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. And it was Psycho 4 for the Orlando house.
No, I know we did the Epic, what do you call it? Epic Islands at Universal.
Yeah.
Islands of Adventure?
Islands of Adventure.
There you go. Did we ever do we did do the Universal.
Yeah. We did both of them because we went to see both Hogwarts and
through the
Hogsmeade and the train, and we took it to
Gringotts.
Gringotts, yeah, Diagon Alley.
Yeah, I remember that part. A friend of ours, he was our tour guide that day, and he wanted to get video of us walking into Diagon Alley because he knows that we would just be just overwhelmed. But I don't recall any other parts of that.
Oh, I kind of do. There's a big Hulk coaster. I remember that.
That was for Islands of Adventure.
Oh, you're right.
Wow. But
we saw the ET ride. That was the only time I was been on the ET ride.
Yes.
And that is a trip. Between the ET ride and the Figment ride, I'm not sure which one is more trippy.
Well, it's funny that the ET ride is shoved way back in the corner and nothing works. ET's arm is hanging off, his head is dangling. No one cares. And I didn't know that we had ET here in Hollywood Studios.
Oh, we did it before they took it out. Yeah.
Yeah, but is the one still E.T. Adventure is a hokey classic. Very much so. Is it still in Florida? The
Which
E.T.
one?
ride?
Yes.
It
is the only attraction from opening day still left.
Oh
wow.
my! We got to get there again because that is just like a trip down Antiquity Alley. It is so outdated. And when we got off the ride, we would ask the people, the attendants there, do the kids know what ET is? Like, they haven't a clue. They have their parents take them.
It's just a crazy little alien to them.
And they had this little photo op thing where you can get into a closet with ET from the film when ET's hiding in the closet from Gertie's mom.
Yeah.
And kids are flipped out. They won't go anywhere near ET.
Now, do they sell Reese's Pieces on the way out in the shop?
They would have to.
I believe they do. I believe they do.
They really should.
We got to see this before it closes again because wow, what a trip down vintage archaic memory trip.
It's still, I don't know if they'll ever get rid of it. I mean, they built the whole DreamWorks land kind of around it. Like everything over there is closed except for ET right now. So
yeah, but if they could put it in a restaurant or a gift shop, they will. Anything that will make them money.
Everybody loves ET. I don't know. They haven't closed it yet. So
yeah, I think they forgot it's even there.
I don't. I mean, I have neutral feelings towards ET because I do not like the movie. So
that movie traumatized me as a kid. I thought when
Thank you. Everybody thinks I'm nuts, but I was traumatized from ET. I still am.
I didn't see it properly till I was, I think, 15, and I had to watch it because I had to draw the ship for our band T-shirt. Because we did like this flight into fantasy. We did a bunch of like flying themes, and ET was one of them. But Richard,
hold on.
Okay.
All right, a couple of comments here. Aaron is saying Spielberg said
you can't touch ET.
Very protective. Then Derek is also saying that there's a rumor they keep it to appease Spielberg.
Oh,
I mean, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, Spielberg made Universal a ton of money.
I mean, that's why Jaws won't leave the studio tour. They already said, like, they're not getting rid of Jaws. So,
which is awesome. I love Jaws.
Yeah, every time.
I love it.
I mean, he so scares me every time he pops up. I'm like, just like, hi, Bruce.
Yes. Okay, now, Richard, you have an interesting picture here. What is your story about this?
It was the end of the night. We got off the tram tour and we're walking through Springfield. And normally Springfield is just littered with people everywhere. So you can't really see some of the nuances. And you look in one of the windows right beside Moe's Tavern, and there is Homer's workstation.
Oh my gosh.
Like Sector 7G, is it?
Yeah.
And I've never noticed this.
It was so bright too. Like it just was like
very colorful, very cartoony, with a sign "Gone Fishing" on his chair. And usually this is right by a couple of picnic tables, so there's people always around it. But this time we got to see some stuff that I've never ever noticed.
Yeah, like Richard, you posted a picture of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I never noticed what's his name?
Millhouse.
Millhouse
sitting on a bench right outside of the Quickie Mart. I never noticed Millhouse was there.
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
Yeah, so we took a picture with him because normally there's people sitting there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, and speaking of, they have lots of cool merch for the tram tour. Now, do you have anything, Courtney? Do you have any merchandise?
I wore it on Saturday, but yeah, I got a red T-shirt with the tram tour on it, and it says has a 60th on the on
like
the
some
show.
of this stuff. Yeah, like these are drinks cups you can buy, and if you purchase it, you can get refills the whole day. Yeah. And a lot of the tour merch has
Woody Woodpecker
on it. We get it. It's the first mascot, but why put something on there that kids will not recognize and not want to buy? They put a Minion on there, Secret Life of Pets. Kids will be all over it, but no, it doesn't really represent 60 years. I know that.
Yeah, they got all the different icons for 60 years.
The best thing is they have a popcorn bucket with Woody, driving it.
Tram. It's a giant tram popcorn bucket.
$43, but it's cool. It's well worth it.
It's gigantic.
But why not put like Jaws on there or the DeLorean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But people were buying.
They were, yeah. But you know what?
Everybody loves Woody Woodpecker too, so.
Who loves Woody Woodpecker?
Woody Woodpecker.
Like I remember watching
When was the last time you watched a Woody Woodpecker cartoon?
Oh, a long time ago, but I watched them. I used to watch them all the time.
All right, you can't say Millhouse without someone saying everything is coming up Millhouse.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Or
All right.
Millhouse.
Oh, wait a minute. What is this? This just in. Derek is saying a Woody movie just debuted on Netflix.
A Woody
What?
Woody
Woodpecker?
Woodpecker?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
To check that out.
Like an older one, or that they like made brand new?
Yeah, I don't think he'll
Live action.
he's a one joke wonder.
Says it's live action. What? That's crazy.
Did
All
they
right,
make a live action? Like, I want to say, did they? I don't know. I don't remember this movie.
Huh. Okay. Well, okay, so
We'll have to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, Courtney, before you go, you had an interesting experience on Saturday.
Yes.
Back. So tell us about this.
So we got another annual pass holder preview to go back and watch that they were going to do a pre-show stunt show promoting the movie The Fall Guy.
And this
which
is before
Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Yes, this is before Waterworld, and the Fall Guy comes out this weekend on May 3rd. So it was pretty really last minute, because we got the invite after maybe 2 days later after we got the invite for the Tram preview. And so we registered to go, and then it was only one time at 11:30 in the morning. So they were just going to have anybody who registered for this preview, they all had to be there at 11:30 in the morning, or at least by 11 o'clock to be let in at 11:15. And they said there was going to be some surprises, but that it was going to be a pre-stunt show before Waterworld. And so we went, and we got there in time to sit right in the middle up above. And they started out with anybody who was wearing yellow got to get a Fall Guy t-shirt. They just kind of threw out from I don't know, at least 20 people in the audience got them. And unfortunately, I was not wearing yellow because I wore the Studio Tour Tram one instead. But so I didn't stand up to get one. But then I was saying okay, the Fall Guy, I've seen previews for it. It's about a stunt actor. So I was saying that at least I hope that the stunt doubles show up, at this annual pass holder preview. Well, we got a little bit more than that.
We got asking, did you see Gosling?
Yes, Gosling was there. He came out, and he said that they were there till 1 o'clock in the morning the previous day, going through this pre-stunt show. Don't expect Gosling to be there at every one of these pre-shows, because they are doing it until I think May 27th, where they'll have this pre-stunt show in front of Waterworld.
Okay.
So, but this was a special one, so they had Ryan Gosling there, and he was I just came out to say hi to everybody. And he mentioned that he wanted to do this movie because his first ever gig was doing Young Hercules, which is based off of Kevin Sorbo's Hercules: The Legendary Journeys. So it was him as a kid going through the camp and all of that, where he learned to be a legendary hero. And so Ryan Gosling, he was I've had a stunt double for most of my career, and so I really wanted to do this movie in honor of the stunt community. And so he was there, and then all of a sudden they bring out the director of the movie too. So both the director, I think his name is Lee. Oh, I don't know what the name of it, but the director came out, and they both were a part of the stunt show. They did bicycle, motorized bike stunts on the walkway. It's not a very big walkway, but they did it on that walkway. And then they had the jet ski come out, and he did all these flips.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah.
He did all these loop-de-loops.
Yeah, I filmed it all, and it's all up on Elements of Fun YouTube channel. So if you really want to go see it all, because Ryan Gosling and the director's not going to be there. If you want to go see it, it's up on mine and Joey's YouTube channel, Elements of Fun. the jet ski it just kept doing those like 360 loops, and I was like, I don't know how you're doing that. And then they kept on telling Ryan that he needed to like be a part of the stunt show and was going to do the stunts, and he was like, they just pay me to look pretty, like I don't do that. And so then they do the whole like finale stuff where everything's blowing up and going off. And then they said, well, usually this is when we would set up for Waterworld, but we're not going to show you Waterworld. And then Ryan and the director came out and did like a 10-minute Q&A with the little host there. Oh. And then all of a sudden they had two guys stand up in the audience, and they were like, oh, I didn't know we were taking like questions from the audience. And it just happened to be Ryan's two stunt doubles. It wasn't really audience members, they were planted there, but it was his one of the stunt doubles is the one that looks like him, and his name is Logan, and I guess he is now in the Guinness Book of World Records as most canon roles in a movie. So, and he's been Ryan's stunt double for a long time, because his like profile, if you look at him from the side, he looks exactly like Ryan. Like he's dead ringer like Ryan. So he has been with Ryan for a long time. And, you know, when they find that stunt double, they usually like take him from project to project anyways with them. So.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was really fun. It was only like maybe a half hour, like maybe 10 minutes long. Like, I mean, the part that I filmed was 11 minutes, and then they did like a 10-minute Q&A after that. So it wasn't very long, but we got to see Ryan Gosling.
And I'm sure there was no photo ops.
No, he didn't stick around and take photos with everybody, because he was mostly in the middle of Waterworld, like on that platform surrounded by water.
Yeah.
In the arena. So like it wasn't anywhere where you could get near him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, but he is still there.
That is so amazing. So you and Kelly and Joey were able to see that?
No, Joey wasn't there. Just me and Kelly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny when you panned over to the audience, like it's like 3/4 empty.
Yeah.
Only people knew.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like by chance. Kelly like showed me the reservation. We even, wanted you guys to come too, but you guys had jobs, so.
And it was just this one time that day they did this.
Mm-hmm, yeah, and usually for annual pass holder previews, like with the tour, it was like 3 days, and it was like different times every day that you could go, and this one was only at 11:30 a.m. So like you really had to jump on it if you wanted to do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's my story. Okay. We got to see Ryan Gosling.
That's so cool. Ken himself.
Yeah.
Was he Kenough? Right.
He was Kenough.
Enough of this. I hate missing out on things like this, but
I know. But like I said, I filmed it, and it's up on YouTube.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll have to check it out.
And Elements of Fun?
Elements of Fun. Yes.
Excellent.
Right, check it out. It's a very fun video.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Courtney.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Us. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Time. Yeah.
All right.
On
Bye.
Things we want to share. On what network?
Skynet.
Get the best of here.
Nice.
I know, right?
Thanks, Courtney.
All right, take care.
You guys. All right, bye.
All right, with that, let's
invite Derek up.
Derek.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
Derek, click on that link that is in the chat. Because you need to share something as well. All right. Now, while he's going to come up, I just want to bring up something, and I want you guys to share about it. Actually, never mind. Here is Derek. Almost. I'm curious about Disney Plus, but first of all, we're going to invite Derek. So welcome, Derek.
Hey, Derek.
Hi.
Author Derek Beebe.
Yes. Secret Apprentice.
Yes.
Almost looks like mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After you were on the last time, we picked up our own copy.
Do you have this?
No.
You have
my friend at work makes crochet dolls, so I had her make a doll of a noodle of the main character.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is great.
That is beautiful.
And she,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. Hold her up again. There you go.
Kind of reminds me of Mara Jade with the
Yeah.
black and the red. And nice.
Yeah.
Or Merida.
Oh, yeah.
From
Yeah.
Derek's book series, The Secret Apprentice, Dynasty. Book 1. All right, so now you just put out book 2. Tell us all about this.
Yeah. Well, I can't talk too much about book 2 without spoiling book 1, so I'll have to be vague. But I don't even have physical copies yet. But
Wow.
book 2 just came out on Tuesday, and then book 3 comes out May 21st. It's a trilogy. And the first one, it's basically kind of a Lord of the Rings type thing. There's an evil sorcerer that's going to invade the kingdom, and this idiotic poor kid is chosen to be the chosen one, and he has to go off and to assassinate the evil sorcerer. But it turns out the evil sorcerer is actually a young woman, a Noodla, who is leading a democratic revolution against the selfish king. So then he has to decide whether to join her or not. And I hate to give away what he decides.
Yeah, don't tell us.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's part of the
But
journey.
you can see on the cover of 2, we've got Goodwin and Noodla back to back in combat there. So
The
Nice.
Lord of
Goodwin,
the
that's
East.
Noodla. What?
What is it? That says the Lord of the East?
Yes, the Lord of the East is the second book.
Dynasty book 2.
Nice.
Yep.
Beautiful covers.
Yeah, they were expensive.
Well, that means it's
good.
It's good. Yes.
If it's heavy, it means it's expensive,
expensive.
And good.
Yeah, but they're young adult, they're fantasy adventure. There's a very healthy sense of humor, lots of jokes. I mean, there's it's a big dark war and everything, but there's tons of jokes along the way, because I hate fantasy stories that are very grimdark and serious, and nobody ever has any fun. So there's definitely a sense of fun and comedy all the way through.
Like comedy and adventure.
That's what I didn't like about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The part that I stayed awake for, someone crack a joke. Someone say, bring some levity into this.
The hobbits are very silly, though.
That's true. The hobbits are.
Yeah.
It's the way. Yeah, he never read it.
You know what? I don't want to see Lord of the Rings. I want to see the Dynasty, the book.
That's
the
right.
Movie,
Dynasty
the miniseries, the Disney Plus era.
That's the dream.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of media is it out on that people can purchase?
It's exclusively on Amazon.com. You can buy it as a paperback. You can buy it as a ebook, and it is free if you're a Kindle Unlimited subscriber. It's on that service. So if you're on Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for free.
Nice.
So what kind of reactions have you been getting?
Well, I have a 4.8 out of 5 rating at the moment with 11 reviews. It's so hard to get reviews. That's like the hardest thing to do, because you need reviews to prove that it's a real book. But I think the ratio is like out of every 100 people, only one person will leave a review. So it's really hard to get reviews, because that's what proves that a book actually exists and is real.
Yeah,
not
that's
just AI generated or something.
Oh,
yeah, no, don't
oh my
go
gosh.
there.
Wow.
If you got a 4.8, that's pretty good. And has anyone told you that you've insulted them? Because if they have, you've made it.
Not yet.
No. Okay, that'll be our review. Derek, you insulted us. That way you've made it.
We'll still give you 5 stars though.
Yeah, of
you
course.
Insulted us by writing a much better book than we ever could. Is that what you're saying?
Oh.
Well, I don't know if you've gotten a hold of these gems yet.
That's nonfiction. That doesn't count.
But counts to us. So what kind of sales have you been getting? I know the last time you were on, you sold a couple of units.
Yeah, well, when the first book came out, I did put it on free for a week, and 500 people took it for free, so that's good. Oh. I at one point I was ranked number 3 in the dragons category, but that's when the book was free, of course. And I've been making a couple bucks a day so far. So in a year or two I'll break even.
Yeah.
A year or two.
Yeah.
We know what that is. Yeah.
When did you start writing this series?
Oh, geez. I first came up with the idea in 2001 after I saw the first Lord of the Rings movie. And then I actually wrote the first book in 2006. And then I finally finished the trilogy, I don't know, about 5 years ago or so.
Wow. So yeah, you've been working very hard at these books. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Glenn is one book every month. But yes, that's you're trying to build your brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way Amazon works, you have to put things out in a close progression to, maintain an audience. And I actually just finished writing the sixth one this weekend. So
Oh.
yeah, so the next plan will be to publish 4, 5, 6.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And what are you using? Like what software are you using to create the book?
I just use Microsoft Word, and
Oh,
then there's a free Amazon has a free Kindle Create program that converts it into the Amazon file.
wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and then again with Amazon you can make it into a paperback with the cover and everything just for free right there. Once you have your cover image, of course.
Right. And then you
Yeah.
can get your own author copies. You know
Yeah.
how that
Yep.
is.
On page 72, it says a noodler is skywalking through Neverland. What do you mean by that? Am I just
I don't
reading it?
remember that part.
Oh, well, you know what? I wrote
Did
it
you scroll
myself.
that in with pen or
I
something?
did, yes. If you weren't going to do it, we'll do it for you. Just trying to make sure that, maybe for the next series, she can go skywalking through Neverland. Come on, Beebe. Derek, work with us here. Work with us.
Well, a noodler can fly, so she is a Skywalker.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. If you can work that in, that'd be great. Again, we have a soundtrack album for Skywalking through Neverland, and now the crossover book series.
In book 7.
Are you thinking about writing anything else outside of the Dynasty series?
Actually, my main series is a Star Wars like science fiction series that I've been writing since 1993. That one is called Terminus. It's 14 books long, and I've already written 7 of the 14 so far.
Wow.
That's my main series. Dynasty is just kind of like, the fantasy prologue to it.
Wow.
Wow.
Lots of stories going on in your head.
Yeah.
Dynasty is like when Derek's got a couple of minutes off, he'll write Dynasty.
Yeah.
And get back
Dynasty
to
is The Hobbit. Terminus is Lord of the Rings.
I see.
I have no idea what any of that means.
I do. It's okay.
It's the enchanting prelude before the main story begins.
Nice.
And which one is that? Lord of the Rings or Hobbit?
Hobbit. Hobbit's the prelude. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
He made me confused because Peter Jackson made it into a 3-movie epic trilogy.
Right.
Whereas in reality, it's a short little children's novel.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he do a TV series? Wasn't there a
No,
TV?
there was like a TV movie called The Hobbit back in the 79 or something.
Yeah, I grew up on that movie. I love that movie. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
that movie freaked me out.
No, he's talking about Rings of Power, the Amazon Prime series.
Yeah. Did that already come out?
That's season 1 came out. Season 2 is coming out soon. That takes place thousands of years before The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. That's ancient history.
Oh.
All right. Reynold is saying in the Sky chat, and then Anoodle whispered, Sky. Derek, work with us here. We got something going here. A good crossover. All right. And Aaron is saying he's gonna write a nasty review. For him, that's good.
Yeah.
If you write anything that he says that's nasty is gonna be good. Don't worry, we know where he lives.
But yeah, no, he's just kidding. Awesome. Let's see. TV series based on she was telling you what the Rings of Power is.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's in the second age, whereas Hobbit and Lord of the Rings are in the third age, which is thousands of years later.
Wow. This is getting to sound like the High Republic.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Rings of Power is kind of like the origin of Sauron, showing how he came to power and all that sort of thing. Well, I mean, it's in the middle of his life, but Lord of the Rings is a very complicated mythology.
Wow. Yeah. All right. So Derek, what can you go to the give us your link to your Amazon books, maybe in the private chat here, and then we'll post it in the comments.
Okay, thank you very much.
He puts it in the regular comments, and everyone can see it.
Well, it won't go to everywhere, so just put it in the in the chat, and we'll disseminate.
Gotcha.
Yeah. This is cool.
All right. Well, then come back on in a couple of weeks. Tell us all about book 3 and what you can and can't tell us.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be listening. We've been looking for. We'll do a word search for Skynet. See if it comes up. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, it was written years ago, so
no. We've been doing this since 2013.
But I've only been listening for the last 5 years or so.
Oh.
Well, whose fault is that? Aaron Westendorp. That's whose fault it is. We're gonna pin everything on you now, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, Derek, once again, thanks for coming on. And
Thank you.
Doors always open, so come back in a couple of weeks.
Thank you. Things
All
we
right.
want to share. Things we want to
Yeah.
share.
Thank you.
All
I
right,
love
Derek, take care.
Bye.
Bye. Awesome. All right. Glenn, I don't know if we're gonna get to do that this week. We just have a crazy busy week.
We got screeners for our Tales of the Empire, so we gotta.
We have like
do a
2
review
episodes to do this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But it's coming.
All right.
It's coming.
Might be have to be next week.
Is that tomorrow? What's today? Monday. Today's Monday, so it's gonna be Wednesday that we'll see the last episode.
Yes. Okay. And then I just put a link to Derek's book in here. Awesome. So everyone, it's in the chat. The link to Derek's book and book series.
Yeah.
Excellent.
2 out of 3.
All right.
And more and counting. All right, everyone. There you go. There you have it. We had more to discuss this week, but
I think we might have to wait till next week because
we have some trailers to talk about.
Yeah. But we'll put it on next week, you guys. So thank you all for joining us. And just we love all your comments. We love all the interaction. So thanks, everybody.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time on Things We Want to Share.
Things we want to share. Things we want to share. Things we want to share.